Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a world where your future isn't really a choice, but more like a brutal conscription, where failure means death.
Yeah, literally death.
And every single day is just a fight for survival, often against your own peers. Welcome to the Basgiath War College, the formidable heart of our deep dive today. We're plunging into the intricate world of Rebecca Yarros' Fourth Wing. It's a story that expertly weaves together, high stakes, personal betrayals, and a shocking reevaluation of history.
Exactly. Our mission today is really to cut through the noise, deliver the most compelling insights from this world. You'll get a shortcut to understanding the brutal crucible of this military training.
Right.
The surprising depths of trust and betrayal, and how one character's journey just forces a re-examination of everything we thought we knew.
Yeah.
We're going beyond just the plot points to explore the larger implications of survival, power, and the suppressed truths that shape a whole nation.
So to really grasp the crucible that is Basgiath, we have to start with Violet Sorrengail herself. She was initially trained as a scribe, right? Surrounded by books, quiet life of intellect.
The opposite of a warrior.
Totally. But her mother, a general renowned for her, quote, lack of mercy, had other far more brutal plans. Violet was essentially voluntold into the writer's quadrant. What does this forced entry tell us immediately about the power dynamics and maybe her chances?
It's stark. It's an immediate revelation about the absolute unyielding power of the Navarian military and the Sorrengail matriarch specifically. Her own sister, Mira, she storms the general's office shouting, "You're sending her to die." And this isn't just drama. It powerfully establishes that Basgiath is a system designed for attrition, where, like the book says, the weak don't survive here, especially not in the writer's quadrant. The dragons make sure of that. It forces us, the readers, you, the listener, to ask, what kind of system demands such absolute sacrifice? And what does that say about the value of individual life versus, institutional power?
And Mira's fears are almost immediately validated, aren't they? On conscription day, with that harrowing crossing of the parapet.
Oh, yeah.
For those unfamiliar, just picture a slim stone bridge, suspended precariously over a 200-foot ravine. It's explicitly designed to cull the weak. Claims, roughly 15% of the rider candidates?
Before they even start training properly, yeah.
So what kind of ingenuity does a character like Violet, physically weaker but clearly intellectually sharp, bring to a challenge like that?
This is where we see her unique strengths really shine. Mira's practical advice. Keep your eyes on the stones ahead of you and don't look down. That's vital, sure, but Violet takes it further.
How so?
She shrewdly trades her official rider boots with Rhiannon, a new friend she makes right there, for a pair with better grip. It's a small detail, maybe, but it speaks volumes about her strategic mind.
Right, thinking outside the box.
Exactly. Willingness to adapt outside the prescribed rules. It's not about brute strength for her, it's about finding the edge. Any edge.
And as if the literal death trap wasn't enough stress, she confronts a very personal enemy right there on the parapet. Xaden Riorson.
Xaden.
His father, known as the Great Betrayer, was executed by Violet's own mother, General Sorrengail. What's the immediate tension there? That history is just thick.
It's visceral. It's immediate. Mira's chilling warning to Violet, he will kill you the second he finds out who you are. That's not hyperbole in this world.
Not kidding.
It sets up a relationship where this deep-seated hatred, the scars of history, they're the foundation. It's a constant personal threat woven into the academy itself, forcing Violet to navigate not just the institutional dangers, but this direct, familial vendetta, too.
It's fascinating how Violet, despite being described as physically weaker, immediately leans on her scribe training for survival. On the parapet, terrified, she calms herself reciting basic, simple data about Navarre and Portmeal.
Yeah, facts and figures.
It's such a striking contrast to the sheer brutality of cadets like Jack Barlow, who actually tries to shove her off. How does she weaponize her intellect in that moment?
She weaponizes the rules, the codex itself. When Barlow tries to push her, she immediately cites it. It is unlawful for a rider to cause another harm. I might slip.
Clever.
It's not just a retort. It's a quick, clever deployment of institutional knowledge to defend herself. It shows that intellect can be as potent a weapon as any blade in this world,
Definitely.
It's about understanding the system to exploit its vulnerabilities, even when that system is actively trying to kill you.
And that system's relentless training, it doesn't stop after the parapet. Sparring is constant, and Violet, described as breakable as a porcelain teacup.
Yeah, not exactly built for hand-to-hand.
Right. She struggles despite being pretty good with daggers, starts with 4, earns more. Her sister, Mira, even made her protective dragon scale armor, which literally saves her life at one point. Jack Barlow's brutality in the gym is a constant threat. So how does Violet keep using cunning over strength to, well, turn the tables?
She gets remarkably strategic. I mean, really clever. Instead of confronting Barlow head-on where she knows she's at a disadvantage, she uses illness, things like carmine tree bark or funili berries, to strategically weaken opponents before challenges.
Whoa.
It isn't just about cheating, not really in this context. It's about survival in a no-holds-barred environment. It shows a character who will exploit every available resource, physical or chemical, to ensure her own survival.
Especially when the world consistently tests her physical limits.
Exactly.
Her resourcefulness is further tested by the gauntlet. This obstacle course designed to simulate mounting a dragon, testing balance, strength, and agility. Her small stature makes the chimney section particularly hard. What's her innovative solution here?
Well, instead of just giving up or trying the same way everyone else does, she drags a rope horizontally across the cliff face, uses it to leverage her weight and climb. Yeah, it highlights that recurring theme. Violet doesn't conform to the expected methods of strength. She finds her own way, her own leverage. It's a powerful statement about adapting to a system that really isn't built for someone like her.
The physical trials of Basgiath are clearly designed to break you. But maybe even more perilous are the emotional trials. The relationships forged and fractured under that immense pressure.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's here, within these high-stakes bonds, that the true nature of loyalty and betrayal really gets revealed. Let's start with Dane Ados. A relationship that began with, well, seemingly unwavering trust, but takes a really devastating turn.
Dane. Yeah, they've known each other since we were 5 and 6, and he's been her constant, maybe overprotective friend.
Definitely seems that way.
He even tried desperately to get her transferred to the scribe quadrant after her severe injuries, arguing, if she's injured this severely, surely we can see if the scribes will take her.
His intentions seem good, at least on the surface, rooted in wanting to protect her.
Believing it was her best chance at survival, yeah. That's his justification.
But this deep history takes such a dark turn with the revelation of Dane's signet. His power.
The power to read a person's recent memories just by touching them.
And he uses this on Violet, without her consent. What does this profound betrayal, especially from someone who claimed to be protecting her, reveal about the ethics of power and trust in Basgiath?
It reveals a deeply disturbing truth, doesn't it? That even seemingly good intentions can be corrupted by power, and privacy is basically a luxury you cannot afford there. Dane's actions highlight this fundamental conflict within him, his desire to protect Violet versus his rigid adherence to rules and order.
Right.
Violet's internal monologue captures the devastation perfectly. Dane wouldn't break a rule to save your life. He valued rule and order more than relationships, more than me.
Yeah.
It's not just personal betrayal. It's a chilling commentary on how institutional values can just override personal bonds, override individual autonomy.
And then there's Xaden Riorson. Their relationship starts not just with animosity, but like visceral hatred.
Yeah, it's intense.
His father was the great betrayer executed by Violet's mother. Xaden himself is a wing leader, one of the marked ones, children of rebellion leaders forced into the quadrant as punishment. What's that initial dynamic like, charged with so much history?
It's explosive. He's dangerous. He wields shadow-based magic, and he represents literally everything Violet has been taught to despise. But what's fascinating is how their dynamic slowly, almost imperceptibly shifts.
From pure hatred to
an unexpected alliance, kind of. Xaden, with his shadow signet, starts observing Violet, and critically, he begins to protect her. He warns her she's target number 1 for the unbonded after her dragon bonds.
Right after she bonds Terran.
Yeah. And he even secretly wards her dorm door so only she can open it. He never explicitly tells her about this, which kind of speaks to a quiet, maybe reluctant sense of duty or protection.
And as the story unfolds, that complicated chemistry between them just becomes undeniable.
Oh, yeah, the tension.
Despite Xaden's insistence that there's no future for them, because he's graduating soon and their dragons are bonded, what makes their scalding sexual tension, as the book puts it, so compelling? And what does Violet's internal conflict reveal about intimacy in this kind of world?
It's compelling because it's forbidden, right, and dangerous, rooted in this history of profound conflict. Violet herself grapples with it constantly, acknowledging, I don't think I can separate sex from emotion when it comes to you.
Yeah.
This isn't just about physical attraction. It's about a deeply vulnerable character struggling to reconcile these intense, raw emotions that come with intimacy, especially with someone who is, well, ostensibly her enemy. It highlights how, even in a world of dragons and war, the human heart remains incredibly complicated and messy.
Beyond Dane and Xaden, Violet also builds a loyal squad. Becomes her lifeline, really.
Yeah.
Rhianna Mathias emerges as her first true friend and ally.
Right, the boot trade girl from the parapet.
Exactly. She helps her with hand-to-hand combat, and she also reveals a truly unique signet. The ability to summon objects, like make them disappear and bringing it to you.
Super useful. And then there's Liam Mary. His loyalty to Xaden is absolute.
Why is that?
Because as Xaden saved his family from execution, Liam owes him everything, basically. He possesses farsight, a signet allowing him to see incredible distances, and his own family's tragic history is deeply tied into the rebellion.
So these bonds, they're forged in the fires of shared hardship, shared secrets.
They become the true bedrock of their survival, absolutely.
Okay, the pivotal turning point for Violet, and maybe for our understanding of this entire world, has to be threshing.
Definitely. The dragon-choosing ceremony.
This perilous event where dragons choose their riders. And Violet, despite having an injured ankle, is forced to fight off Jack Barlow and others who are trying to kill her, to stop her from bonding. It's just a brutal demonstration of that weak, don't survive ethos in action.
And then something truly unprecedented happens, something that just flips everything we thought we knew about dragon bonds. Violet doesn't bond with one dragon.
She bonds with two.
Exactly, 2 dragons.
That's right. First, Tairn, massive black-blue daggertail, one of the largest, most fearsome breeds, notorious for their power, their presence. He can read her thoughts.
Terrifying and amazing.
And then the unprecedented twist. Andarna, a tiny golden feathertail. A rare, almost mythical type of dragon whose unique, unpredictable power lets Violet briefly pause time. She becomes the first rider ever to bond 2 dragons.
Yeah. How does this immediately elevate her role? What are the implications of such a unique power for the world order?
It immediately marks her as an anomaly, a potential game changer. This dual bond isn't just, a quirky plot point. It hints at deeper, maybe even ancient prophecies or untapped powers within dragonkind itself.
It positions Violet as central to future events in a way that a single bond, no matter how powerful, probably couldn't. It suggests she's destined for something far greater or maybe far more dangerous than just being another writer.
And this dual bond leads directly to the manifestation of Violet's own unique power. Her signet is lightning-wielding.
Yeah, raw power.
But it's incredibly volatile at first, right? Leading to accidental manifestations like setting curtains on fire, blowing out a window.
Classic beginner mage problems, but with lightning.
Totally. Her trainer, Professor Carr, even strategically takes her to high altitude, whereas he notes there's not much to burn, just so she can practice without destroying the college.
Smart move. But what's even more fascinating is Andarna's hidden gift. Her ability to pause time isn't just a cool trick.
No.
It's the source of Violet's lightning, but it's a dangerous secret. Tairn explicitly warns her that this ability belongs to dragonkind, and revealing it could have dire consequences.
Wow, okay.
So this forces Violet into this position of holding a fundamental truth about dragon magic that the wider world, maybe even most other writers, knows absolutely nothing about.
And as we peel back more layers of this world, the reality of Navarre just gets completely shattered. The profound reveal. Venin.
Stuff of nightmares.
Long thought to be mere fables, bedtime stories maybe, they are terrifyingly real. Described with purple robes, distended red veins spidering all around bright red eyes, often wielding a giant-ass staff.
This is a massive revelation, because it means the very foundation of Navarre's understanding of its enemies and its own history is basically a lie.
And it gets even deeper, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, Xaden, Liam, Imogen, the other marked ones, they aren't just there to be punished or trained, they're operating a secret smuggling ring.
But not against Navarre.
No, that's the twist. They're not supplying weapons to Navarre's supposed enemies, but to Griffin Flyers, allies in an unspoken war against the Venin.
Okay, hold on. And here's the truth that turns everything on its head. General Melgren, the king's general, known for his powerful foresight.
The guy who can supposedly see outcomes.
He can't see a fucking thing related to these Marked One's activities. Why? Because their rebellion relics also function as a form of warding, blocking his vision. This is huge strategically, isn't it?
It's a game changer for the entire geopolitical landscape of Navarre. It means the very foundation of Navarre's command and control, which relies so heavily on Melgren's ability to see the future, has this critical, unacknowledged blind spot.
A massive blind spot.
This isn't just a secret, it's a profound strategic vulnerability that the marked ones are expertly exploiting to build their counterinsurgency, right under the noses of the supposed most powerful man in the kingdom.
Wow.
Think about that for a moment. An entire nation fed a lie, believing a critical threat was just folklore, while the truth was actively suppressed by its own leadership.
And this truth connects directly back to Violet's father, right? She finds that letter from him.
Yeah, written shortly before his death. It says that folklore is passed from one generation to the next to teach us about our past. If we lose it, we lose the links to our past. It only takes one desperate generation to change history, even erase it.
What does that powerfully imply about the Navarian leadership, about the nature of historical truth itself?
It implies a deliberate, maybe generations-long suppression of truth. They haven't just forgotten, they've actively erased the history of the Venin to maintain control, to maintain a specific narrative.
Jelling.
It highlights how power structures can manipulate information, keep a populace ignorant, even when that ignorance directly jeopardizes their survival. It forces Violet and us, to question every single piece of official history she's ever been taught.
This all kind of culminates in the ultimate sacrifice and its aftermath. During the war games, Jack Barlow brutally injures Liam.
Push me Violet too far.
Exactly. Driven by pure rage, she intentionally wields her lightning, killing Jack. She's consumed by guilt afterwards, but Xaden offers her this stark comfort. The world is a better place without Barlow in it.
Which is probably true, but still a heavy burden for her.
Definitely. Then the stakes escalate dramatically during the battle at Risson. Xaden and his squad bravely choose to defend a trading post from a Venin attack, defying direct orders.
A huge risk.
It's here that Liam suffers a grave injury, and his dragon, Day, tragically dies. In his final moments, Liam delivers a critical piece of intel to Violet, tell you that there are 2 riders of that horde.
Devastating. It confirms the Venin have captured dragon riders, hinting at an even greater, more terrifying threat. Like, what are they doing with them?
And Violet herself comes near death during this battle. She's poisoned by a Venin's dagger, a dagger she suddenly realizes came from her own mother's desk, designed specifically for Venin.
The layers of betrayal and secrets just keep piling up.
As the acid in her veins burns, Xaden forces her to confront another painful truth, telling her directly, Dane wouldn't break a rule to save your life, Violet.
Harsh, but necessary in that moment.
He then confesses, I've never lied to you, Violet. Not once. I never will. Even as Violet struggles with the ease with which you did it, grappling with that painful reality that, lies are comforting, truth is painful.
And this brings us to a moment that fundamentally reshapes our understanding of England. Really brings his sacrifices into sharp focus.
The scars?
The 107 scars crisscrossing his back, a horrifying, permanent reminder of the brutal deal he struck to save his fellow marked ones from execution years ago.
That's why Liam said he owed him everything.
Exactly. This isn't just leadership. It's a visceral demonstration of his moral code, the unimaginable personal cost of his loyalty. It forces us and Violet to reconsider our initial judgments of him entirely.
In the wake of all these shattering revelations, there's this difficult process of rebuilding and reconciling. The destroyed town is rebuilt, but Violet's struggle with trusting Xaden lingers.
Understandably so.
She tells him, flat out, just because I believe you and am willing to fight with you, doesn't mean I'll trust you with my heart again. It's harsh, maybe, but honest. Reflects the depth of his deception, even if it was for a greater good. What does this tell us about the long-term impact of betrayal?
It tells us that trust, once it's broken like that, it's not easily mended, especially when the stakes are life and death. Violet's confession isn't weakness. It's actually immense strength, maturity even.
Yeah, I see that.
She understands that shared purpose doesn't automatically mean renewed emotional vulnerability. It's a powerful exploration of the lingering shadows of past deceptions, even for a justifiable cause.
This intense journey kind of culminates in a momentous conversation back on the parapet, where it all started, in a way.
Full circle.
Violet, putting her heart on the line, confesses her feelings to Xaden, says, there's only you, Violence. Is that what you needed to hear?
And to her relief, and maybe ours too, Xaden admits his own feelings, saying, yes, I can't make you any promises, Violence, but I'm tired of fighting it.
So their connection, now fueled by this deeper understanding, shared danger, it's still fiery. Their intimacy even makes Violet's lightning power explosive.
It's a powerful moment for their relationship, isn't it? Returning to the place where their animosity began, but now transforming it into this bond of shared purpose and, well, deeply complex love. The fact that their intimacy fuels her power just underscores the profound, almost elemental connection they share.
It's not just a romance.
No, it's an amplifier of your very essence, her destiny.
So, from those bone-jarring trials of the parapet to the heart-wrenching revelations about hidden enemies, Venin, suppressed history, we've journeyed through a world where every choice has deadly consequences. Violet Sorrengail's story isn't just about surviving.
Yeah, not at all.
It's about discerning truth from propaganda, finding strength in the most unexpected places and powers, and challenging the narratives we've all been fed.
Absolutely. This deep dive really highlights how even in a fantastical world, the core human struggles, identity, loyalty, the pursuit of knowledge, they remain paramount. It's a reminder that what we think we know or what we're told is fact.
Yeah.
Might just be a carefully constructed narrative designed to keep a darker truth hidden away. As you reflect on this deep dive, maybe consider this. What hidden histories might you uncover if you dared to look beyond the official narrative in your own world? And what truths would you fight for, even if they shattered your understanding of everything?